everyone, it's Scott from the Fragrance Channel, Scott Aromatico. Welcome. I'm so glad you guys could join me. I am super excited because I'm joined by my really good friend, Tyler Presley. Tyler is an up-and-coming content creator, man. He's got all kinds of good stuff happening on his channel. He's enthusiastic. He's excited about fragrances. I love watching his channel. And I know you guys will too. And I know you'll really want to get to know this guy. So without any further ado, here's Tyler. Tyler, tell them who you are.
Hey guys, hey, like you said, I'm Tyler Presley. I do the Simply Fragrance YouTube channel, so Simply Fragrances, and then on Instagram, I'm honestly really bad about keeping up with it, not gonna lie, but it's simply.fragrances.studio. So if you want to follow me, those are pretty much the only two platforms that I have. If you do Facebook, I'm in I don't know how many different fragrance Facebook groups and stuff. So yeah, awesome. Those are my channels. So Simply Fragrances.
I'll put a link in my description down below for all the viewers and everybody to find you a lot easier. So that way they can just click on it and find you. So I know after this, they'll want to. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions if you're cool with that.
Absolutely.
And so the first one is pretty easy. It's just give everybody a little background information about where you're from, you know, where you live, are you married, kids, what do you do for a living, whatever you feel like sharing with the audience.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah. So I just turned 29. My birthday was April 7th, so not too long ago. And I'm married. It'll be 4 years this May. So in about 20 days, it'll be 4 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, we've been overall together 6 years. So coming on 4 years, but live currently in Springfield, Missouri. So it's not a super huge town, but it's growing like a weed. And I actually grew up on a farm about 45 minutes north of here in a little town called Pleasant Hope, Missouri. So my graduating class was a whole whopping 46. So if that tells you anything.
We have that in common.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
I spent a little time on a farm after I lost my mother. So yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's
it was a long time ago, but yeah, I went from the city. They moved me out of the city of Cleveland all the way to Columbus, Ohio, and I was raised on the farm for a little bit, and it was awesome. I'll never forget that experience.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love it. I don't get me wrong, like cities are good for convenience, but man, if you put me in a field and just let me be, that's where I like to be at. Just peace and quiet and all that good stuff. Yeah,
awesome. Hey, before I get real serious into the questions. I'm sure everybody would like to know, what is your scent of the day?
Yeah, so I'm actually wearing Mont Blanc Explorer, and it was one of those ones that it was kind of starting to collect dust because I'm kind of an fan, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out. So I went with Mont Blanc Explorer today. Okay,
I'm wearing something similar to you, and the reason why I picked it was I knew it was one of your favorite fragrances, and I'm wearing Creed Aventus.
Oh, there you go.
I know that's one of your favorites. I've learned that from watching your videos. So I decided to wear that one. Give me a little confidence today.
Hey, there you go, man. There you go. Busting out the
That's right. I love that one. It took me a while to get it. I had a couple decants and blew through those, and I was like, I better start buying me a bottle. So
yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Tyler, what event or events inspired you to become a fragrance enthusiast?
Man, so like when you say enthusiast, you mean to like create a channel or just to start collecting?
Just like where you really like turned around one day and you looked up and there was like 100, 200 fragrances on your dresser. I'm sure something kind of got you
absolutely
into that.
Yeah. So it all kind of started with my mom. So I grew up as a single kid. So my mom, my biological dad, he actually kind of walked out when I was about 3. So my mom, was a single mom until I was about 6 or 7. But she always had Sunflower by Elizabeth Aldrin. And so just kind of having that connection, my mom always smelled good and, just kind of always smelling that. And then I've said on my channel a couple of times, the fragrance that really kind of did it in for me was actually Nautica, the original. And so I got that for Christmas from one of my good friends. Their dad had it in like those collections that you get, like the aftershave and the body wash. And so I had that and I smelled it and I was like, man, I thought that was the best smelling thing in the world. I was like probably 9 or 10 years old. And then just kind of started. wanting to smell fresh. And so every time I went to Walmart, I asked my mom and my stepdad, which I just call him dad. I was like, hey, can I get this? And it'd be like bod or, something like that. But yeah, just kind of started when I was real young and had that facet from my mom, really. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. And like, what kind of got you into, doing content like on social media and stuff like that?
Man, it was really just kind of a combination of watching videos for a little bit. So I didn't even know this platform was there, So I was in probably like my senior year of high school, and I had a good little collection, probably 10 or 12. And I was like, man, I wish I could find more information, about different fragrances, and kind of forgot about it. And then honestly, I don't even remember what sparked the interest on it to look up on YouTube. But my buddy was telling me about a fragrance he just got, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and look up. And Ash from Gents was the first one that I saw, and so started watching him. And then it was Big Beard Business, Cuba Nose, and then who forgot who the other guy was. But I was like, you know what, if they can do it and people are gravitating towards it, I have a passion for it, so I'll go ahead and give it a shot. So
wow, okay, cool. Yeah, mine was Jeremy. And then and then like the second video I ever saw with fragrance review was Alex Costa, of all people, because he's not really a fragrance guy, he's a style guy. I saw him do a top 10. And then Dallas, so Dallas and Chaos, so those are the three. And then from Dallas to Ross. So
what's really funny is everyone says that Jeremy was the first person they saw, but I honestly, it might be like a cardinal sin, I don't know, but I think I've maybe watched 2 or 3 of his videos. I don't know, I never gravitated towards them or anything.
No, and that's what I think is so great about having so many different content creators, because you can find that one person that you click with, and that speaks to you. And so anyway, but that's another question on down the questions.
Gotcha.
When you first started out, and some people relate with this question and some people don't understand why I'm asking this, were you embarrassed to tell people that you were a fragrance enthusiast? Because sometimes people walk in your house and they see 200 bottles, 1,000 bottles on your dresser. They don't quite understand it. Was that ever something that was hard for you to tell people?
So yes and no. So the yes part of growing up in a small town, a lot of cowboy and country, guys out there, they're like, what you doing wearing that smelly water, boy? Kind of that thing. And so, but I always got told I smelled good in school, and, I got compliments from, my friends and even the teachers and stuff like that. So it was kind of like one of those like double-edged swords of I don't want to tell people I'm into fragrances, but at the same time it's like I'm getting told I smell good, so I mean
Exactly. So Tyler, what is now that you're on social media and you're on YouTube in particular and you're a content creator, what is one of your favorite things about being a content creator?
Man, actually, like this stuff right here, like I say all the time, I love interacting with the community, getting to know really good guys. And, I've even recently got in contact with some female content creators, which I think is awesome because, it's really saturated by the men, which is fine, but it's really nice to see the women actually kind of stepping up and, making, really good. So, but I'd say this, man, I've gotten to know some really great people. And honestly, I can't say anyone that I've ever met hasn't been just a genuine good person. You know what I mean? So and I've experienced that too. I mean, you get trolls that come into, and comment on stuff like that. But, all the people I'm meeting, on a daily basis are generally pretty good people. So that's I like that too. The interaction is one of my favorite things. So obviously I'm going to ask you, what's your least favorite thing about making content? So man, it's kind of just the grind, honestly. Like, that might be kind of a common answer, but it really does take a lot more time than people, realize, because, we don't just get to do this 24/7. We have lives and jobs and families and, side projects and everything else. And so taking the time to do that. And then, I mean, you know this better than anyone probably, with the editing, having to make sure everything looks good and all that. So it's just kind of a grind, but at the same time, it's almost kind of like the fun part of, like, because once you see the finished product come together, you're like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah. It's such a relief when you finish it and you put it out. Like, even if no one watches it, you still feel good about it. It's like, absolutely. I did that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then my thing is trying to find balance, because I know you're married, and so it's like I'm so head over heels crazy about fragrances, and I'm head over heels crazy about my family, and I'm trying to figure out how to, one's more important than the other. So obviously,
maybe you can bring your kids on or something like that for a video.
I've done that on a few videos.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So, anybody who's stopping by for the first time watching this that would like to start or have been hem-hawing around about starting their own YouTube channel or making content, because I hear that in the comment sections. I'm thinking about doing that, or if I get the right equipment, or when I do this. Once they do start, what's that one piece of advice you would give them?
Yeah, man. So I would first of all say that word hem-haw there, that's definitely a southern saying there, isn't it? Him hawing around. That's awesome.
Yeah, I picked that up down here.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some of those southern words here in Missouri.
Yeah.
But man, I would say kind of like Dave said on his interview, like shout out to Dave from Cali's Groom Room. He said just hit the record button. Like just start, just do it. It doesn't have to be necessarily perfect. Just get yourself on camera, get more familiar with it and comfortable with it, and then just start putting out content. And then following that, here's the biggest one for me is we all kind of have this mindset of, oh hey, in a year I'm going to try for 1,000 subs or 500 subs. Don't make it about the subs, because if you start doing that, then you're almost, I can't say for everyone, but you're almost doing it for the wrong reason. Like, I do this because it's a passion of mine. I love it. I love being interactive with the community, and it gives me a platform to talk about my passion. So, and just do it for yourself. Do it because you love to do it. And at the end of the day, you only got to really make yourself happy. So, if you're doing what you love, then I say that's a win. So just start doing it and do it for yourself, really.
Tyler, what do you do in your band? Do you play an instrument or sing?
Yeah, so they would not want me to sing. I'd sound like a cow dying giving birth. I play acoustic guitar, and I've been kind of messing around with drums. So I kind of play a little everything, really. But in the band, I do acoustic guitar.
And I bet, Tyler, if nobody ever came to watch you play, or if you weren't in the band, you'd still be playing guitar whether anybody came and saw you or not.
Absolutely.
And that's the same with YouTube. If you really love it, just make the content. And, it's like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come, especially if you do it the right way.
Yeah, absolutely. I can remember just picking up the guitar for the first time. I was probably 8th or 9th grade, and playing till my fingers literally bled. And then, it sounded like garbage, but it's progress. So here we are now. So.
So do you think I've heard this said to me a few times before, and I didn't think it was true. And then after talking to Max, he definitely confirmed it wasn't true. But there are some people that say that making content, especially in the fragrance community, can be oversaturated. I don't even think we've touched the surface, because if you look at the beauty industry, especially the beauty industry on YouTube, it's huge. And we're not even a huge part of that. Right. But let's say, for the sake of argument, that it is oversaturated. Do you still think it's worth people making content, especially fragrance related content? Do you think it's worth them doing it?
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, there's going to be all kinds of different channels, and like you were talking, like the beauty industry side of it, but we're just that small little fraction that's just now starting to kind of come to life. And mentioning Jeremy Fragrance earlier, and Max kind of touched on this on his, he really kind of brought that platform out and got people a lot more attention to it. So I think, man, the sky's the limit, really. The more the merrier. And kind of like what you were saying just a second ago, you're going to find that one guy that you really relate with. And then once you do that, it can just kind of keep going from there. So I would say absolutely it's not oversaturated. Just keep on putting those videos out, and someone's going to find you. So,
and if it makes, like we were just saying, if it makes you happy, so what? Just do it. Yeah,
absolutely.
If it'll take your mind off this crazy world, why not?
Yeah, something's got to, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy out there. All right. So what is your formula for success when you're dealing with the negative commenters?
Man, so I kind of take a biblical stance on that. I don't know if we can talk religion or not in here, but
you can talk whatever you want to.
Awesome. I kind of take a biblical stance on it, man. Faith is, a really big part of my life. It's I try and walk like Jesus as much as possible. And so, Bible says kill them with kindness. And so if, they leave a negative comment on there, you reply something good. Oh, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. It really means a lot. Then it's like, it kind of throws it back on them. And it's like, they're the ones that look bad at the end of the day, and not you. So, that's kind of my approach on it. I think even Dave kind of, had talked about that a little bit of, replying with something nice, and it makes them kind of look like the fool almost. So that's just kind of my approach on it. And if it gets too out of control, I don't like to take this stance, but I've had to delete a couple comments just because it was just vulgar or super negative. Or
I watched a video you did one time where you had to address drama going on in the comments, and I was proud of you for doing that.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I try and walk like Jesus as much as possible. And, there's this kind of misconception, I believe, that Jesus was just this dainty little man. And I mean, he was a carpenter. I mean,
just walking around doing this all the time, like a hippie. I think that's how people portray him as a hippie.
Exactly. So, he stood up for the right thing. And I think that, not even as a Christian, but as a human, you should do that too. And so I want my channel to be, just full of positive vibes, and, a place where people can come into and not have to worry about, any kind of negativity or vulgar language or anything like that. And that includes the comment section. So I don't put up with it. And,
just in general, what is your stance on people get so mad about content creators making money? How do you feel about that? If I may ask.
So as a pre-YouTuber, I used to kind of feel a certain way about it. It was just like, oh, they're just gonna, give a good review because I got something for free or whatnot. But, once you actually, take a role and actually, do it yourself, it's like, no, like I truly believe, at least I do, they want to give a good, honest, true review over it, whether they got it for free or not. And I think that it's a good way for the fragrance, the fragrance house, the perfumer, whatever, to get their products out there and let people know about it. Because, say you're an indie house, you're not, no one really knows who you are. So the best way to do that is to send it to people who are going to review it. And if you got to give a bottle away to do so, that ultimately is going to help them in the long run. If they give, one bottle away, but yet 100 people go and buy because of that, you know what I mean? Like it's a good profit, not only for the house, but it's good profit for the community as well, because they get to know about the product, they get to hear ingredients and all that good stuff. So I don't really have a problem with it, honestly. So I'd be kind of hypocritical if I did, because I've gotten bottles.
Absolutely. I liked what Max said about it, because I've never thought of it that way. I've seen, I know you don't watch Jeremy that much. I've seen Jeremy do whole YouTube videos about how much it actually costs in production and everything to make the fragrances. And it can be anywhere from $3 all the way on up to $30. So and we're not talking about markup. So let's forget about markup, because there's massive markup in that. Like a pair of Jordans doesn't cost $150 or $200. So they're massive markup. So massive markup in fragrance. So if the bottle costs, by the time you finish everything, $30, we're not talking about the markup. And how long it takes to make a video. Okay. It can take you anywhere to, if you're just doing, and I'm just talking about one. Look at Ross and what Jeremy does, how many videos they put out. You put out one, it can take you up to 3 to 4 hours to get that thing ready, to put it on all the platforms, to hashtag it, to edit it, to make that thumbnail that looks good and all this stuff. So you're saying that I'm not worth $10 an hour?
Right. Yeah. No, that's a good point.
for getting
Yeah,
a
no.
free fragrance.
Yeah.
My
That's a
time's
good
worth
point.
more than that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a great point, honestly. Like, there's a lot of time and energy onto our part that, so if this company wants to invest in that, go ahead, let them,
Yeah.
it's kind of a win-win. So,
And also in art, which what you do in music is art, and what I do with drawing is art. I'm still surprised that, and this interview is about you, but we're just having a conversation here. I'm just still surprised that grown men don't know that this hobby is subjective.
yeah.
Like if the darn fragrance doesn't last 8 hours on me, it doesn't last 8 hours on me. And if it lasts two, it lasts two. And I'm just telling you what my experience is, and yours is going to be. Fragrances aren't one shirt, one size fits all.
Exactly.
And it's still surprising to me how we have to deal with that. But that's the nature of the beast. So I digress.
Yeah. No, that's kind of like asking, there's only you get 7,000 people in a room and you play a rock song, are some people going to like it? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are people going to hate it? Absolutely. Same with fragrances, same with smells. And that's why, I find it so just, it almost like makes me kind of like angry, really, was whenever like some YouTube content creators, they'll say, oh, this fragrance is garbage, this is trash, don't buy it. Well, why are you saying that? Like, it's subjective. It doesn't work for you.
Exactly.
That's okay. But don't be saying, hey, I don't like it, so you don't need to buy it. What if I listen to you and I miss out on one of the most amazing fragrances ever? You know what I mean? So
it's I don't mind somebody not liking something. I don't mind somebody having a difference of opinion, whether it's politics or fragrances. I just wish that in that they put that little caveat, in my opinion.
Right.
And if they would put that in there and start saying things as facts, it would seem so much better. But that's just not the world we live in, and it's not realistic to expect for people to say it. And sometimes people just say that stuff just so that they get all the clicks and the likes and the hate, because that hate gives them the, but
it's funny you said. I was talking with Justin from Stay Fresh Productions about that, and he agrees that a lot of it's just to get clickbait, and a lot of it is just to get those more views, essentially. And so I don't know if you remember the video. I think I tagged you. If I'm not, then I should have. But it was.
I'm bad about tags, man, and I'm so bad about them because
you're good. No, you're good.
But
it was the fragrance, the popular fragrances that just don't work for me. I don't know if you remember seeing that, but there I practiced. I don't know how many times I was like, just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean I'm saying don't go sample it. Don't get it. Like sample it, get it, test it out, see if it works for you, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, there's no excuse, like with decants out there, and they're everywhere now. Man, right. I just don't understand why more people wouldn't kick the tires before they buy the car. If you get a 5 ml and test it out, and
100%. No,
it really helps. But sometimes some people go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead.
No, some people that come into the community don't know about decants right away. I know I didn't know that was such a thing, so that might be some of the problem. But once you figure it out, that's the way to go. And then you're like, yeah, I love that. Then you can buy the fragrance and not get stuck with it.
Right. Well, and like even where I'm at, like I'm kind of fortunate. We have like a Macy's, we have a Dillard's, we have a Sephora, we have all these different places. You can go and literally smell that fragrance, try it on, see if it works for you. And if you like it, then go ahead and get a decant. So you can even do a pre, buy before you even.
You said that in your newest video.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I heard you say that.
Yeah, I'm super big on that. Everyone, I've had quite a few subscribers and even my personal friends. They're like, hey man, like what cologne should I wear? And I was like, well, let's go to Macy's or let's go to Dillard's and let's sniff around and see what kind of profile you like. And then if you like it, spray it on you. And then if that, then go ahead and order a sample and go that way. So, yep.
Tyler, what's some of your favorite fragrance ingredients? Have you ever thought about that? Like,
I really haven't until I started watching your videos on this. And so I think it's a really kind of a cool question. And I've kind of got a couple. Like, I really gravitate towards lavender in fragrances. I like those barbershop, type fragrances. But I'm kind of like all over the place. I feel like I like lavender, which can go fresh and barbershoppy. I like tobacco, which tobacco. So, and then I really like fresh citruses like pineapple, and I'm really starting to like grapefruit. I've noticed that a lot in fragrances. It gives it that citrus, but it gives a little bit of a tang or a tartness to it.
Yeah,
you know, I really
it's a mood enhancer too, for sure.
Yeah,
grapefruit, along with bergamot. That's why they use it in the top, bergamot and grapefruit. Have you tried the new Dolce&Gabbana Forever?
No, I haven't. So I've been looking for that, and I've been looking for the what is it? The new Spice Bomb. What was that? Infrared.
Infrared, yeah.
I've been looking for those in the Macy's, Dillard's, Sephora, and they haven't been there yet. So I'm hoping that they come here pretty soon. So
yeah, that Forever, you'll love it because it smells like it's one of the best fragrances I've smelled that's close to smelling like a real grapefruit. So you'll love it.
Oh,
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll definitely have to get my notes on that. Yeah.
Do you have an ingredient that you don't like, that you hate?
So I don't know if it's just straight ambroxan or what it is, but on my videos I've said quite a few times, I don't go for blue fragrances like blue.
No. Okay. Yeah. I love them. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, no, they're super mass appealing, and my wife thinks I'm, literally crazy because she
get it.
I don't know what it is. It's just like, so I don't know if it's the ambroxan in it or if it's something else in there. But what's a good one that I like? So I have it just because I'm a huge Versace fan, and my cousin, he gave it to me. So shout out to Chad. But Versace Dylan Blue, there's just something in there that I tried and I've tried, but just got that blue kind of fragrance style behind it. I can't do it. So
I got you.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
If you could slap me through the screen, you would slap me. But man, I know this is so controversial, but I love Dior Savage, man. I think it's a masterpiece. And I know so many people hate it because it's like the sharp metallic-y thing, but there's something on the dry down that I love it. And my wife loves it. So that's the most important thing. If the wife's happy, then who cares if I like it?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, I have a couple in my collection that I tolerate and they're okay, but my wife just absolutely loves them. So, and they're blue fragrances, so that's why I have them.
Okay, so so this is kind of in the same vein, but as you've been growing up, and scents take us back to places and they help remind us of different things and give us memories. And as you've been growing up, on this earth and stuff, I'm sure there's different things that you smelled around the world in your travels or where you live. What are some of your favorite scents, like grass or gasoline? Do you have anything like that you like?
Yeah, it's funny you say gasoline because as a kid, like I always liked the smell of gasoline. I thought it was super weird. And then I found Dior Fahrenheit, and I was like, oh, they actually make something that kind of smells like this. Maybe I'm not so weird.
Yeah. I haven't had a bottle on that in forever, and I need to get my hands back on one of those. I had one like a long time ago, and I haven't had it since.
Yeah, no, it's weird. That's one of the ones I don't have in my collection that I definitely need to get. I'm kind of working on a video series of fragrances that I need to get. So I think that'd be kind of cool. But one of the more weird ones, I don't know. If anyone's grown up on a farm or worked with cattle, maybe they can attest to this. But I love the smell of cow feed, like the little cubes that I love that. It makes me think of home. It just makes me think of my family growing up on the cattle farm. So really enjoy that. And then I really love it's a dogwood tree. I don't know, when dogwood trees first kind of come into bloom, they give this just really unique kind of smell to it. It's kind of florally and it's kind of sweet. So, I like those. So
I like when as a family we'll go on a walk through the neighborhood and the honeysuckle is blooming and you can smell it. Man, that smells so good.
I love that. Yeah, that's good stuff.
It's so important to stop and smell the roses in this busy world. It really is.
Absolutely. Another weird smell, I don't know, like maybe this makes sense, maybe it doesn't, but to me it has its own scent. Maybe it's because being on a farm or not, but winter, like the smell of like winter, does that make any kind of sense? Yeah, I don't know if it's like the different levels of like the atmosphere and stuff with mixing with the snow and the cold climate or whatnot.
I get it.
Yeah, there's like this crisp, just I don't know, I love the smell of winter. So
I like, I'm living in the upstate of South Carolina, and we like to go drive to Charleston. Charleston's 3 hours away from me, and It's so gorgeous. There's so much history, and the buildings are amazing, and it's the beaches there. But when you get into that low country and start getting close to the beach, you can smell that air and that saltiness in the air, and I like that.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Awesome.
Yeah, because it just makes me think I'm about to have a good time, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, absolutely.
Okay, so what is one of your favorite niche houses? And if you don't want to do just one, I'll let you get away with three.
Okay, yeah. Man, I'd say right now, so I have a love/hate relationship with Creed. So I love Creed. I have a lot of their fragrances, but I don't like the direction that they have been going in the most recent years. I kind of feel that the stuff doesn't maybe project as long or last as long. And so but I still love the fragrances. So it's kind of like this 22,
I need to get my nose on them. I only know Aventus. I don't have anything else.
Well, hey, I'll send you some samples, man. I got quite a few. I got I think 6 or 7 different Creeds. So I'll send some stuff your way, man.
I think I have, what is it? Something Royal Water. I won.
Yeah.
I won it.
Yeah.
And I didn't much think it was that great, because to me it smells like when you're letting your washing machine fill up and you have the soap in it.
Oh yeah,
that's what it smells like, laundry to me.
Oh yeah. That's kind of cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I never thought about that, but it kind of does have that kind of just clean, soapy type
soapy water is what it reminds me of. Yeah. But those are the only two Creeds I've ever gotten my nose on. I've not gotten my nose on Irish Tweed, and everyone says it smells a lot like cool water. Yeah. So I feel like I know what it smells like.
It's pretty similar. Yeah. There's a little bit more of a, I think there's a bit more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not herbaceous, but there's more of like a mossy kind of grassy kind of vibe to Green Irish Tweed. But yeah, I'll send some stuff out to you, man. I think you'll enjoy it.
How do you like? Do you like Viking?
I love Viking.
I gotta try that. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely like, it's kind of known as the niche Old Spice, but there's a lot more to it than that. But it's got the rose and mint in the opening. That's amazing. Awesome. So
sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're good, man. No, you're good. I'm the world's worst. I'm probably the world's worst interviewer. I overtalk and interrupt, and
I'm it's okay. We're just having fun here. No worries.
But yeah, so I like Creed. So I love/hate with Creed, and then I'm still digging on Parfums de Marly. They've been one of my favorite houses. There's not really a fragrance of theirs that I just don't like. There's some that I prefer, over the others. But and then, man, I don't know if they're gonna do anything with it or not. I mean, he's got one. He's kind of coming out with his second, but Notting & Wilson, man, like, you know me, like, I love Gravitas, like absolutely love it. So I don't know if that's like an indie niche or if they're gonna continue doing more, fragrances or not. But I'm really digging that stuff, that Gravitas. I'm really excited to see what Bon Vivre, looks like and smells like. So
I saw that over at Kingdom Fragrances. I gotta give that a try.
Man, definitely got to.
Yeah, for sure. And Kajal, I want to try that as well.
Yeah, I haven't tried them actually. I know that Ross talks about them quite a bit.
Yes, he does.
I need to get my nose on those. I haven't got those, but maybe one of the more mainstream niches. Let's see. Man, I almost forgot. I really do love Amouage. Like, it's kind of polarizing. Either you love it or you hate it. But I love it.
I haven't tried a ton of them. I've tried like 3, and the 3 I've tried, they've hit it out of the park. So
you said they what?
The 3 that I own 1, and the other 2 I have decants, and all 3 of them I love. So
gotcha. Yeah. They're really good. For me, they were kind of ones that had to work on me a little bit, but now that I like them, it's just, man, I love them.
Awesome. What's your favorite designer houses?
Man, so I really honestly gravitate towards 2 quite a bit. I like Versace a lot.
Yeah, me too.
They just put out really good products, and for the price, I mean, they last a good while. Their projection's very good, so good quality there. And then I really do enjoy Mont Blanc quite a bit.
I do too.
Yeah, they just got some really good fragrances, and honestly, even if you've been into the fragrance game for a little bit, they still got some good stuff that I wouldn't just recommend for newbies or anything like that. into the fragrance game. If you never tried Mont Blanc and you've got 100 bottles and you don't have a Mont Blanc, I'm definitely gonna recommend Mont Blanc to you.
I feel the same way.
No.
Same exact way. What's okay, so if the house, apartment, wherever you live is on fire.
I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming.
And you can only save one.
Only one. Oh my
Just
goodness.
one.
Man. That's crazy.
It's like you can only save one of your favorite children.
I know, right? I should have this one. Man, honestly, I think it's cliche and it might be a little generic, but man, I gotta say my Aventus. Like, I really do. It was one of those ones that it pulled me into the niche realm. Yeah. Oh man, the good stuff. Love it.
What's the one you would save?
Man, I think so, because it's kind of hard to say, but I think so, because Creed Aventus was the one that just catapulted me into the niche world, and I just became obsessed with it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I love it. It's cliche and maybe overplayed, but I love it.
Nah, it's not overplayed if you like it.
Yeah.
What's one thing people would be surprised to know about you?
Man, well, kind of already said I'm in a band. Let's see. So here's a weird one. I'm 29 years old, and I have never owned a laptop, not one time. And coming into the YouTube world, a lot of editing and stuff like that, you might think that I have a computer or something like that, but it is all done off my phone. So everything. So
me too.
Yeah.
I don't have a laptop.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have
you ever? I just have a iPad for my kids, and whenever I need them to be a little quiet, I just put them on the iPad, which probably is bad, and just our phones. That's how I do everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I found it just took me just a couple weeks ago. I finally got a good light.
Yeah. You got the ring light.
Yeah.
Those things, man, they're killer. My wife got on sale for Black Friday. I think she paid like $20 for it. So super deal. But I've never owned a computer. I think that in today's society that might seem a little crazy or a little shocking. So
you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
You can do it all on your phone anyway. So
you really can. You really can.
Who's one I'm gonna make it hard on you. I'm gonna make you pick one. I'm not gonna let you have an out. Who's your favorite fragrance content creator?
Oh man, okay. All right. So anyone watching, any of my friends, don't get offended. No.
It's just for quite the question.
Yeah. Man, honestly, like I still go back to him quite a bit. Like I'm kind of a nerd. Like I like to know the ins and outs of the fragrances, and so man, I'm probably gonna go with Ashton over at Gents just because he was the first one that I saw. He was the first one that got me into it, and he is very, very good about one, just knowing almost every fragrance known to man, it seems like, but just the knowledge he has about the note breakdowns and everything like that. I just really vibe with him pretty good. So
you know what I like about him? I like his sense of humor. He's kind of sarcastic.
Yes.
And I like that. I like how sarcastic he is, and I don't know. I just gravitate towards that. It's pretty. Yeah. I like a lot of them, but I do gravitate to that side of him.
Yeah, I do too. And like it seems like he's in his newer videos, he's kind of let that come out a little bit more, which has really been good. So I gotta go with Ashton. So
yeah, they're all cool, man. It's like Justin, like he oozes out more cool than he has more cool in his pinky than I have in his whole body. And then Ross is like this guy that's like you just want to go and have a beer with him and pound some chicken wings, and then Red Adolescence is like I have to take notes because he's like taking me to school every time I watch a video, and it's just like everybody's got this thing, it's cool. But no, I like what you said. I'm rewinding all the way back to the beginning. I like what you said about the women, the content creators.
Yeah.
And just getting to know someone because did you go to Scent Explorer or no?
No, so I was trying to, but I never got a chance to because I just started working at AT&T at that point, and I was on the retail side, and I was
Okay.
working super crazy hours. So I never got
Okay.
to. I was
Try
really
to save
hoping.
up and make sure you come to this one because it was really in value. I loved it. It was the value of it was worth it. And
Absolutely.
anyways, one of the things that Max talked about, I don't even know if anybody remembers it but he was really stressing the fact that we need more ladies, females, to shine in this. And they don't have to talk about men's fragrances like Demi does or whatever. They can do their own thing. But he said he really wanted more to shine. And there are some good ones out there. I'm getting ready to talk to Lady Clements and do an interview with her. And so yeah, there's some good ones out there.
That's
I'm
awesome.
trying to befriend some of them, but some of them can get a little shy or feel a little weird. So you have to be careful about it. So
Yeah, it's always weird, especially in today's society. You never know if anytime you're working with the opposite sex, it's just kind of like you gotta make it seem not weird.
I've asked so many women and they won't come on because I want a woman's point of view. And finally, Lady Clements was the first one to agree. So I was excited. And I'm hoping that'll break the dam, so to speak, and more women will come on because I don't want it to be all men. I want it to be all races, all creeds, whatever. Not everybody has to think like me and speak like me. So, how many fragrances are in your collection?
So it's funny. I actually counted just the other day, and I'm at 112. So just
Okay.
a little over 100. So
that's a nice collection. Yeah, and you strike me as the kind of person that you don't have fragrances in your collection you don't like. You don't have them just to have them. You have the ones that you like.
Yeah, well, so there is a bit of a caveat to that. I do have a couple fragrances in there that my wife really enjoys that I'm just kind of like, so I wear them, for her. So, but everything else, yeah, I like, or if I don't see myself really kind of using it, then, I don't keep it. So.
All right, Tyler, I'm gonna be sending you on your way. I only have a couple more questions.
No,
so, and then
we'll you're good, man. You're good. I got all the time in the world.
You good? Okay.
Yeah, all the time in the world.
What's your favorite movie?
Ooh, man. I got so many that I like for different genres and stuff, but one that I could literally sit down and watch just over and over again. Probably because I did it when I was a kid, but it sounds silly, but I love Dumb and Dumber. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love that. I really do.
That's awesome.
I think it's like
never would have thought that. That's
yeah.
So funny.
I think it's just the perfect guy movie. Like, it's just an easy plot line to follow. The humor in there is amazing. And I think every time I watch it, I find just some new like little line that Jim Carrey says that
Harry, do you realize what we just did?
Yeah, so good. I love it. I'm trying to think.
How does that?
What was that was one of so good. I love that movie. One of my favorites is whenever they're at the party in Aspen and they killed the owls and they kind of turn around and like, boy, this party really died. It's just like
yeah.
I love it.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. I like one of my favorite movies, and I probably if I have a top 10. This is not my favorite; it's in my top 10. But I love "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" It's one of my favorites.
That's a great movie. The soundtrack is amazing.
Yes,
too.
I love movies with music like Forrest Gump, and I don't know, it helps the movie for some reason.
Yeah. So fun fact, I don't know if you knew this or not, but "Oh Brother, Where Out There" was actually based off of the book or the story, The Odyssey.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
Perfectly cast.
Do what?
It's perfectly cast. Everybody killed it.
My God. Yeah, love the movie.
I like that side of Clooney in that movie. Anyways, what's your favorite music? What music inspires you? Obviously, since you're a musician.
Yeah. So I'm really big into the hip hop. Like, I love hip hop and rap and
really, you never would have guessed that. Cool.
Yeah. I like the poetic side to it. So I like I stick to clean lyrics. I don't listen to anything that's explicit or anything like that. I mean, if it says like one or two words, it's not the end of the world, but I try and stick with positive, clean vibes. And one of my favorites, I don't know if you heard of a guy named NF.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask you. Yeah, he's one of my favorites too. Man, he's so good. Oh, I love his stuff.
And the artistic instrumentals that he has to the beats, like, I mean, it almost sounds like he's rapping to like some sort of orchestra. You know what I mean? It's just,
I find it easy to work out to his music because it's just there's something like about it. Yeah, I love him.
Love that. And then another surprising might not know, like, man, I love classical music. Love it. Like, I will sit there, Beethoven, Mozart, Chopin, Tchaikovsky, so
I like that stuff too.
Awesome. That's awesome.
I'm big into the crooners myself, like Frank Sinatra and Dean. And
Frank Sinatra.
That's that's the kind of music I listen to whenever I do draw to calm me down. As I listen to Nat King Cole and that's what I like. I love the way they.
What's your favorite Frank Sinatra song?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite. I like a lot of them.
Really?
Yeah, Come Fly With Me is good. I like that.
I like
New York. No, they're all good.
Yeah, love it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let's see here. What's your favorite food to eat?
Man,
if you're having a last meal, what would it be?
Can I break it up into two dishes, and I'll explain why. Okay, so I'm actually Italian, and so I love. Are you really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
So love Italian food. So we actually have like a recipe, from my like great grandma that's been handed down. So it's for her spaghetti. So definitely got to have spaghetti, and then way on the other side, sushi. I love sushi. So yeah, kind of a weird last meal, but
no, that's awesome. And do you like to read at all?
So it depends. Like I do. I read a lot more in like my school years from like 5th grade up until I graduated. I read quite a bit, and even every now and then I'll read, but I'm really not the biggest reader per se now.
Okay.
I mean, I read my Bible every night, but I mean, so, and then there's a couple books. Do you know who Francis Chan is?
Yes.
Yeah,
I do.
He's got a couple books that I've read, like Crazy Love. It's a really good book. And then David Platt. I don't know if you know who David Platt is, but
it sounds familiar. I definitely know who Francis Chan is. I like sometimes on my lunch break I've watched some of his videos. I've watched him do the rope, with the little red. Yeah.
And dude, some of his older sermons, they just boom, hit right on the head. So
yeah, no, he's pretty good.
Yeah, David Platt has one that's really good.
The name sounds familiar.
I think he did. It was called Radical Christianity. I think that's the title of it, if I'm not mistaken. But something along that line. It's just so yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, sometimes I'll ask people what's their favorite book, and then a lot of people are like, well, I don't read, so that's why I was asking if you like to read. So we can say your favorite book is the Word of God. That's all right.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's 66 books into one, so there we go.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that pretty much concludes the questions. I just wanted the last thing is just let you take the time if you want to say anything that's on your mind or get off your chest, or if you have anything you want to promote or anything's new coming up exciting for your channel, feel free to do so.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, nothing too special. Me and John Morrell, we're doing the, other videos. He's an awesome guy.
He is awesome.
We're doing the sample set. I sent him quite a few samples, and we broke it up into 5 videos, and now we're doing part 2. So I don't know how many videos that's going to be, but so we're doing that. So that's kind of fun. And then, to pretty much everyone out there, big and or small, like, let's really continue to, to push the community together. We're a lot bigger when we're all together versus being so just compartmentalized of, oh, I'm going to only watch this guy, I'm going to only watch this girl. It's a family. It needs to be, kind of put together that way. So and then we kind of already talked about this, but to anyone who is thinking about, or had the idea of starting a channel, just do it. Do it. If it's something you're passionate about, do it. And you're going to feel good about yourself because you're going to be doing something that you love doing, and you'll be surprised where it takes you. So
awesome, man. One of my Instagram posts, I didn't know if you saw it, is when I just hit 400 subs, is I wrote on there, the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. And I believe that as well.
That's awesome. I like that. Yeah.
100%. So I think it's from a book. It's a Call the Wild. Maybe I don't know. I got it from somewhere, but it stuck with me ever since I read it, not so long ago. But I really believe that, and I like it when the guys up the top. I support all the guys at the top because I all want them to shine, because their light will shine on us and it'll help us, and the guys Absolutely. At the bottom can help. I just want the community to grow and come together, and I hope these interviews inspire and give people another point of view. And, that's just fun for everybody, and it takes their mind off things. And man, I really appreciate you. I really like what you're doing. And I'm not here to blow, sunshine up anyone's arse. I do appreciate you. I like what you're doing. I feel like you're going to be a star if you stick with it and continue on. And I like your point of view. I like your positive vibes. I love the fact that you're a believer in Christ. That's special to me. It doesn't have to be special to anybody else. And it is special to me. So I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm here for you. And not that I'm a mentor or better than you. I feel like you're better than me. But if you need anything, let me know. I'm always going to be here for you. You can reach out anytime. You can text me, call me, whatever you need. I'm really thankful that you came on my channel. It means the world to me. Seriously.
Hey man, absolutely. And same to you, man. Like, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this. I mean, not only with me, but with the community. I know that's, super, super big on your heart, and, it really shows. And, just like you said to me, man, like, keep at it. You're going to be, you're going to be up there one day with the big dogs. And, I like what you're doing, like the content and positive vibes. And, we'll shine together, brother.
We'll grow together. Yeah. I feel like I'm helping people by giving value, but honestly, man, I also feel selfish, because when I talk to folks like you, when I'm done, it's like this big shot of adrenaline, and I feel like I can go another couple weeks every time I do this. So I feel like I'm the one benefiting and no one else is, because I get so inspired and motivated after I do these.
Absolutely. And it motivates me too, man, because being a content creator, I'm sure you have those days where you're just like, it's like, I don't want to do this, but
I know the grind is tough, man. It's so tough. It really is. But thank you for all you do. I appreciate you, and thanks for coming on the channel. And you're definitely a bright spot in the community. And I will put all your links down below when I put this video out, and so everybody knows where to find you and all that good stuff.